right, check this out, 1 kilo. I can't wait to get stuck into this. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you how to reverse sear a T-bone steak. All right, so we're gonna be using our drum smoker for this cook. We're gonna get started by opening it up, taking our cooking grate off, then we'll remove our heat deflector, and then we're gonna get some lump charcoal in there. Now it's not going to be a long cook, it's only 1 steak, so that's why I've chosen to just half fill our charcoal basket. And now we can bury a firelighter in there and light it up. Alright, so yes, this is a T-bone. I know it's got a few different names depending on where you are in the world, but in Australia we call this a T-bone. And all I'm going to do is trim a tiny bit of fat off. Maybe a tiny bit around here. This honestly doesn't need much. And for those who don't know, the T-bone is made up of 2 parts. So this side here, this side of the bone, there is a bone running down there which you can't really see too well. This is the sirloin or Porterhouse, and then you've got the eye fillet over here. So I'm still surprised at how many people don't know that, so I just wanted to point that out while we're here. But for now, I'm happy with how that's trimmed. So what we can do now is just coat it lightly in a little bit of yellow mustard, which is just going to help our rubs stick to the meat. And then salt and pepper always does the trick on a steak, but I like using my beef bounce, so I'm just going to give this T-bone a nice light coverage in that. Alright, now that is ready to go once our barbecue's ready. Alright, and after about 10 minutes our charcoal's caught light and is burning nicely, so now we can shut our lid and make sure both of our vents are wide open, and we'll let our barbecue preheat to around 250 Fahrenheit or 120 Celsius. Alright, now our smoke is up to temperature. We're going to open it up, and I'm going to be hanging this T-bone for something different today, so I'm just going to get a little rail in here, slot it in just like so, and then we've got our steak. I'm just going to get the hook in just on that sirloin side, right on the bone there, just like so. And then we're going to hang that up, and we just want to kind of position it so we don't want it directly over the fire because we don't want any of it to burn or overcook. But I'd like it to hang probably something like that. And I want that sirloin side to be facing the fire because that eye fillet is a lot smaller. It's much less dense, so it's going to cook faster. So the trick with the T-bone is you want to be trying to make sure both sides are cooking nice and even, and positioning our T-bone like this is definitely going to help it cook nice and even. So now that's in position, we'll shut our lid and let that start cooking away. Alright, so just meat and charcoal for this cook, super simple, but if you wanted to get some smoking wood on that fire, you absolutely can. And if you don't have a drum smoker to hang your T-bone in and you still wanted to learn about the reverse sear method, you can absolutely follow along to the temperature guides in this video. You can use another style of barbecue, you can do it in your oven, and you can reverse sear a steak at home by following this video as well. So this steak being around 1 kilo and 1.5 inches thick, I reckon it's going to take around an hour to get to our target internal temperature, which for this cook is going to be around 49 degrees Celsius or 120 Fahrenheit. And like I said, for this cook, we're going to be holding it around 120 Celsius or 250 Fahrenheit. And if I want to increase temperature, I'm just going to open the intake vent up. If I want to decrease temperature, I'll just shut it down a little bit. These drums are super easy when it comes to fire management, but for now, we're going to let this cook away and we'll check back in once we're a bit further into the cook. All right, we're only about 20 minutes into this steak cook, but I want to make a topping for this steak. Now I'm going to be combining 2 of my favorite toppings, which is chimichurri and cowboy butter, to make a cowboy chimichurri butter. So I've got 150 grams of butter in our small pot there. To that, I'm going to add 1 finely diced red chilli, around 3 tablespoons of finely chopped parsley. Then we're going to crush in around 7 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, the juice of half a lemon, and that's kind of our main chimichurri ingredients done. So now we're going to add a teaspoon of finely chopped chives, a teaspoon of finely chopped thyme, 1 small finely diced shallot, a tablespoon of horseradish cream, and 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Then to that you can add some paprika and chili powder, but instead of that I'm just going to use some of my steak shooter spicy rub. Go around a tablespoon worth, and then we're just going to let that butter melt down. We're going to stir this through, and it's done. All right, so this butter's been slowly melting down for around 20 minutes now. It's almost there, just got a little chunk left to melt, but I just want to put it aside for a moment because we're 40 minutes into this cook, and I just want to check on this steak. All right, so I'm going to try and get the thickest part of the sirloin. We are right around right around temperature actually, 118 Fahrenheit or around 46-ish degrees Celsius. And then in our rye fillet, we're actually bang on around that 120 Fahrenheit or 49 Celsius. So since our steak is at temperature, we are going to remove that and give it a rest. And then we'll close our lid back up and we'll let our butter continue to melt down. And then coming back to our steak, I've just taken that hook out. And now I just want to loosely cover this with foil, and we're going to let that rest for around 10 to 15 minutes. And then once all your butter's melted and this is heated through, have a taste, which is what I'm going to do now. Wow, that is so good. This is the first time I've ever made it. I just figured I love cowboy butter, I love chimichurri, and why wouldn't they both work together? So this can just stay on top of our smoker until the steak's done. So we'll come back once we're ready to give the steak a sear. All right, so now it's time to sear our steak. I'm just gonna get some oil in a cast iron pan, and I'm actually gonna go that fat side down first, just to get that to render a little bit more. And honestly, you can do this caveman method for the sear. You could use a pan like I'm doing, or you can go direct over charcoal. It's completely up to you. I just personally like the sear that you get from a cast iron pan. All right, then I'm just gonna lay it down and we're gonna give it around 60 to 90 seconds per side. I'm also gonna get a steak weight on there just to press it down and get a nicer sear. All right, and then a bit over a minute later, we're gonna give this a flip. Got some beautiful color on there now. I'll get that steak weight back on, give it another minute or so, and then we'll come back to slice it up. All right, now we've got a beautiful sear on both sides. You can take this off and slice it up. All right, and now for my favorite part. Let's cut this up. All right, the eye fillet. It looks wall to wall, medium rare perfection. And then the sirloin side, exactly the same. Right, let's try a piece. Right, so we're just going to dip in that cowboy chimichurri butter. That is unreal. Honestly, I'm a bit speechless. That is so good. You've definitely got to try that. All right, we'll cut a piece from the sirloin side. Tender, juicy, beautiful crust from that sear. Then that chimi cowboy butter just tops it all off. What a combination. All right, so there's how to reverse sear a T-bone steak, something a little bit different, hanging it and making a chimichurri cowboy butter. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. I'll put the recipe for this down in the description for you. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. But for now, that's the end. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.